Hello everybody. I hope you all are doing well. This is a simple short video where we will be downloading our IDE integrated development environment, and we will be using Eclipse. There will be some choices. Eclipse is one of them. And in this video, I want to go ahead and show you how to download Eclipse and run a Java program. So let's first of all pay attention to the URL. So I went to eclipse.org. So this is where I can find the information and the latest version. So go for the latest version, and this is the 2020-06. And I'm just going to click on this and let it download. And right now I'm going to choose my 64-bit. That is what I am using. So I'm going to download my 64-bit, and at this point I should be seeing that the download has started. If not, I can go ahead and click on my download here. So it just finished my download, and I think right here it's showing me that it's downloading my executable file. So this is a little bit of a security that is specific to our computer, since I'm using one of the college's computer. So it gives me a step in between, trying to make sure that I'm aware that this is a download that is coming from an outside, and you may or may not have something similar in your own setup. So this is my installer, and I'm going to choose the Eclipse IDE for Java developer. And it is going to ask me if I want to have it on my menu and install a desktop shortcut, which I would say yes to. So in the process, it asked me to accept certain things, and I went ahead and accepted the license, and it said I have now installed my IDE, and of course it now created an IDE on my desktop. So I'm going to go ahead and double click on that. I can either launch it from this menu, or I can use the icon that got downloaded. So this is now what I get. So it is now trying to create a workspace, and I'm going to go ahead and use this as my default, because every time I select that workspace, it's basically asking me where I want to store all my files, and you can at this point change to wherever your location is going to be. So it's completely up to you as to where you would like to store your Java files. So if I choose this as my default, I'm going to go ahead and open it up from here. So this is how my IDE is going to open up. As you can see over here, we have a welcome message, and there are a few things that you can find from here. You can look into the configuration settings. You can create a hello world application. It's more like a guided project that you can do. But what we will do over here is we are going to go ahead and create a new Java project. But please look through some of these settings or examples and play with it. There's nothing wrong with playing with it. You really cannot break anything, so you should be all good. So here it asks you for a project name, so we can create a project name called Test Eclipse Project. And this is more like a folder that you are going to store some files. So I created a project, and right now, as you can see over here, it is going to use my default location, which is inside my Eclipse workspace. But again, depending upon what you had chosen earlier in that step, it could be something a little different on your personal computer. It's completely up to you. And we will go with the next step, which is going to ask me. So here is my Test Eclipse project that I want. And I'm not going to change anything at this point, and I'm just going to leave the default. And as you can see, the output folder gets stored in this test eclipse project /bin, and I'm going to click on finish, and that should open up my Eclipse projects. So I can always close on this, and here is how it works. So now this is my test eclipse project that I created. So I can right click on this one and create a new class, and everything in here in Java you will have to start off with a class. So this is where you are going to name the class, and let's say I call it test project. Remember, even though I named my project as test eclipse project, my class is a separate thing which I'm naming as test project. In Java, you will always have to save the class that you are creating with the same name. And again, it is completely up to you. You can say it as a test project, or you can even say first project. Whatever you would like to choose is fine. And if you want the main method to be created for you, you just click over here, and that would initiate or start the code that you would have to include, but since it's an advanced IDE, it would write the steps for you. So I'm going to go ahead and select this one, but I'll show you later on that I can even start without selecting it. In that case, my first main method statement is not going to be included. And if I want, I can even click on generate comments, so it will start generating the comments. And at this point, the only thing I got to do is say finish, and this is going to start my IDE. Now this is how my IDE looks like, and this is what I was mentioning earlier. So this is, it started generating some of my comments, and I can continue adding to it. Notice that it is included within this comment section, and it already has line numbers. This is my class name that I created, and this is my main method that it started. So just to test things and make sure that everything is working, I'm just going to write one statement, which is nothing but its print statement, and I'm going to say print line, and inside I'm just going to write this is my first Eclipse test project. And of course, everything in this language is going to end with a semicolon. And over here, right now, it's showing that I have some issue here, and that is how it is showing with that red arrow over here. So it's giving you some hints. So I know that my code is not correct here. So system.out.println. And these are called assist. So as I'm typing my programming language out, basically this is a statement which allows you to print something out on the screen. It will give you some assist, so you can choose from them. So now, as you can see, my error is gone. So the only thing now I have to do is run my first project. Here is my icon, or I can even go in and run it from my edit. I can do the same thing from here, so I can use any of these things, or I can click on this run button, or I can use this icon right here, and this is going to run my project. And it says, do I want to select the resources to save? I'm just going to say yes, and at this point my output is shown on this console window right underneath. So this is my console, and it shows me that my program is working fine. This is my first Eclipse test project, and that is all you need to do to run your Eclipse project. So in this video, we went through the downloading of Eclipse, setting up my configuration, and running my first program to see everything is working fine or not. Thank you.